the Trunk Nation LA invasion from the iconic Rainbow Bar and Grill. Now, here's your host, Eddie Trunk.
LA invasion for February 2020. Hope you guys are all doing well, and thank you so much for joining me as I'm once again live from the Rainbow Bar and Grill, the legendary Rainbow Bar and Grill, here on Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood, California, sitting right under Lemmy, who sits right above me in a beautiful painting that has been done on the side of the building. And as I say every time we do one of these, I am on what is now branded appropriately Lemmy's Lounge, which is the outdoor area of the Rainbow here in Hollywood. So I'm excited about the show today. I've been here if you're a regular listener of the show on Volume, you know I've been here for a little bit, few days, did a few great shows from the Sirius XM studios here. We had some great guests, some great conversations about rock music. I picked up a cold along the way, which you can probably hear in my voice a bit. But I'm excited about what we have for you tonight because we have a great double bill here at the Rainbow. Coming up in hour number one, I will be joined by Myles Kennedy and Mark Tremonti of Alter Bridge in the house. Yeah. And they should be pulling up any minute, and we'll get them on the air right away here in hour number one. I had a chance to see Alter Bridge last night here in LA at the Wiltern. An absolutely stellar show. Anybody that's listened in recent years knows this is really one of my favorite bands of the last 10 years or so when I first got turned on to them. And, you know, I really first sort of discovered Alter Bridge, and he'll get pissed at me if I don't call this out, but our friend Eric Luftglass back there, who does our music and talent, for a couple of years kept telling me, you really got to listen to Alter Bridge. You're going to like Alter Bridge. Yeah. And then I'll tell you exactly where the Alter Bridge awakening, my woke Alter Bridge moment took place just a few blocks down from where we're sitting here, because there used to be, and sadly it's not there anymore, there used to be a House of Blues here on Sunset, which is, what's there now? Condos? What is it? Yeah, more condos. So there was a House of Blues here in West Hollywood, and I went there to see Slash. And, of course, Myles Kennedy also sings in Slash's band, The Conspirators. So after the show is over, I'm back in the dressing room, and I do remember Lemmy was there as well, because Lemmy was berating me for drinking a spring water instead of what he called a proper drink, as Lemmy would do. And I was talking to Lem, and then Myles came over to me, and he said, hey, by the way, and he opened his duffel bag, he goes, if you get a chance, check this out. This is the newest Alter Bridge record. And I was aware of the band, but I never really spent any real time listening to them. And that record was their third album, which was their new album at the time, AB3. So he gives it to me, and I was like, cool, yeah, I'll check it out. And I listened to it, and I was completely blown away. And then I called Eric, and I said, hey, have you heard of this band called Alter Bridge? But seriously, I was floored by that record. And then, of course, I went back and got Blackbird, and I've been on board ever since. And in recent years, they've done some of my favorite shows I've ever seen. I mean, I think they're a way heavier band than people maybe realize, especially live. I mean, killer riffs, killer guitar playing. And the big reveal about Alter Bridge, if you aren't aware and you only know Myles from being in Slash's band, is Myles is also a hell of a guitar player and plays a lot of guitar with Mark in the band. So that dynamic for me as a rock fan of two guitars with a great singer and a killer rhythm section and great songs, I mean, that checks every box for me as a rock fan, and they are just an incredible group. And last night they played the Wiltern. They've got a couple more shows left on their current tour in support of their new album, Walk the Sky, and it was a great balanced set. They did some stuff from the new record. They did a bunch of stuff from their previous records. And I was saying to those guys, I said, you know, you got an interesting problem now, because now you've got 6 records out, and picking a set list is going to become a bitch because you got so many good songs. And then you got an annoying guy like me backstage before the show saying, play this one, play that one. But they turned in a great show, packed house at the Wiltern. If you get a chance to see them, a few more dates left on this run. I think they're doing San Diego or Seattle or something tomorrow. Just go online at their website and you'll see there's about 3 shows here on the West Coast before they take a little bit of a break. And then they're going to come back around. I know they're playing Rocklahoma, which I host every year. But then they go out of the country where, interestingly, even though they're an American band, they are way bigger outside of America. Like in England, they headline arenas. We'll talk a little bit about why that may or may not be when these guys get here. So waiting on Mark and Myles. They should be here shortly. We'll cover all things Alter Bridge. And we'll also talk about their individual projects outside of the band. Because Myles, of course, as I mentioned, sings with Slash. And Slash was at the show last night. I talked to him for a little bit. Of course, Slash was our first ever LA Invasion about a year and a half ago, the first one we ever did. And it was good to see Slash for a bit. We talked for a few. And also at the show last night, David Draymond from Disturbed was there. And it's great to see Draymond. They're getting ready to go out and celebrate the 20th anniversary of their debut record. And David and his family now live in Hawaii. And he was telling me that he was here in LA because he was doing an interview with Ozzy for Ozzy's new record for some sort of radio special. And when I was talking to him, I said, what are you doing here? And I told him we're doing these LA broadcasts and I'm doing one from the Rainbow. And he said, I'd love to do one of those. So fingers crossed, maybe somewhere in the next month or two, we can get Draymond to come over from Hawaii when he's coming to LA for some other business and have him for an upcoming LA Invasion. If you've never seen, Disturbed had that huge hit with Sound of Silence. And there's one time at a festival somewhere where Myles Kennedy came out and sang it with Draymond during Disturbed's set. It's a stunning performance of that song with both of those people singing. So it was good to see Draymond. And then the other guy I saw last night at the Alter Bridge show was none other than Wolfgang Van Halen. And he was in the hallway, and I didn't even realize it was him. And we're standing in the back, and I'd met him a couple times in the past. And Mark Tremonti is good friends with him and his dad. And Mark said to me, you know Wolfie, right? And I said, oh, yeah. And we met, shook hands, and we talked for a few minutes and said, how's your record coming? And he said, it's coming along. He recently announced he signed a record deal. And really, I've met Wolfgang when he was playing with Mark in the live Tremonti band. And I got to tell you, he's just such a nice guy. And I got to be honest, I was dying to just say to him, so what's going on with your dad? Please tell me your dad's okay. But I didn't want to be that guy. It wasn't the right environment. It wasn't the moment. But we've since traded some texts, some DMs on Twitter, and we're in touch. And fingers crossed, when his record's done, he said he'd love to do something with us. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. But it was good to see all of them. And, of course, the Alter Bridge guys, it was an awesome set by them. They will be here in seconds, and then they will be followed by Nuno Bettencourt of Extreme. Hey, you guys like guitar playing? My God, we've got Tremonti, we've got Myles, we've got Nuno in this 2-hour show. It's going to be insane. And then there's a new Extreme record. I just saw Extreme on the Monsters of Rock cruise. Nuno is a total beast, and he will be here for the second hour. And what's going to be really cool is we're going to put all of the guests on for one segment together. So we will do a segment with Nuno and Myles and Mark together, and then we'll give individual time to both of the artists as well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. We're up and running on a beautiful evening here in Los Angeles, and we will take our first break and come right back with Myles Kennedy and Mark Tremonti and talk some Alter Bridge from the Rainbow on Trunk Nation LA Invasion.